Yes, friends, I hope you guys are well. It's Wednesday evening, life is good. The weather's cooling down a bit, and I'll be talking to you guys about my first ever panic attack. It was back in 2013. It was a proper nice summer's day, and I was going to work. I remember I was working as a cab controller, a dispatch operator. And I had some time to spare, so I went to the park in North London, Crouch End. I remember I'd done a nice workout. After my workout, doing pull-ups and so on, I was walking out of the park towards the entrance where my car was parked. I got to my car and, sat down for a few minutes to gather myself. And as I'm sitting down, I noticed that a man and a woman with their child are walking on the same path as my car is parked towards me. And I was just ready to proceed, to drive more or less. But then I noticed my throat is itching. And it was, it was itching quite a bit. And I took a sip of water thinking that maybe, something's not right. Maybe a fly went there or whatever. I wasn't sure what it was. I took that sip of water and nothing happened. It just got worse and worse. So I thought, hold on a second. I opened the car door and I got out, thinking that maybe a bit of fresh air will help. And as I got out of the car, it just got worse, and I realized my throat, my airways are contracting because I'm going like this, because I'm gasping for air, literally, and it's closing. And it's basically, now I realize that I was having a panic attack, and it was just overwhelming sensation of fear and panic in my body. And as a result, my airways contracted. It's just a way of my body sort of protecting myself, or I don't know what exactly it is medically. But it was, it was surreal, and I thought, this is it, guys. This is the way I'm gonna go out after a nice pull-up, doing pull-up session in the park. It's not a bad way to go if you have to go as well, I guess. But anyways, as my airway is contracting, I'm thinking, what's going on? I'm really thinking I'm dying. I can't breathe and I'm struggling and I'm going down on my knees like this. And as I'm going down on my knees, I'm raising my hand at these two people, these two adults, the man and the woman and their child, as they're coming towards me. And the man is just sort of helping her partner just to avoid contact with me, and they just went past me. And anyhow, I forgot about them and I'm on my knees. And I'm thinking, God, this is it. Is this it? And as I'm really ready to collapse or whatever, all of a sudden the airways opened, and I was just gasping, and I was still in panic, and so much fear and emotion in my body. I was still panicky and everything. And then these two guys across the road saw me and came over and helped. And so they called an ambulance for me because they were not sure what it was, and I thought maybe it's a heart attack, maybe I'm dying, maybe it's my heart giving up or something. Anyhow, as they were sort of next to me, the two guys that came and helped me and just gave me some comfort, that reassurance that I'll be all right, that they've called the ambulance. I don't know why I thought, yes, okay, so I might not die, I'm not going to die. But what is this? I was broken, like I was shattered. I was literally shaking, nervous. I was scared that it's going to come on again, and, I can't control what's happening. And so, for a brief moment, I felt, at the same time, whilst I'm having all of this, I felt a sort of anger in me at these two people that went past me and never helped me. I don't know why. Briefly, I felt like that. I thought, look at these animals at the time. That's what I thought, and I thought worse than that. But now I realize they're humans. They probably panicked themselves, and they wasn't sure who I am or what I'm doing. But I don't know, if I was in their shoes, I would have helped my fellow human being that looked like needed help. But I guess, hey ho, everyone's different. Anyhow, the ambulance arrived. They checked me over, put me at the back, and done all the tests, and they were, not worried too much, and they told me that this is a panic attack. You've had a panic attack, And I thought, what's panic attack? What is this? You know, it's all new to me anyways. And so they checked me over. They said, you're fine. You know, it could be your stress. Are you having stress? What problems are you having? Any issues? I was having many problems, but I never thought it could lead to a panic attack where your body just, you know, says enough is enough. You're taking a milk and it has a panic attack. Anyhow, they gave me a Coke, I remember, a Coca-Cola. I don't know whether the guys there gave it to me because maybe they thought that I needed some sugar. It wasn't the ambulance crew, it was the guys that were there, you know, giving me some comfort that I'll be okay. So I zipped on the Coke to get some energy. And the ambulance said it's fine. And then, I don't know, somehow I got to work. I eventually lost that job because I lost my confidence. I couldn't eat properly. I was a broken man. I wasn't half the man I used to be after that panic attack. And many things rippled from that first panic attack. I lost my job. I couldn't even eat solid food because I thought I'm choking on my food because the sensation I had from the panic attack. So it affected me a lot, friends. And then eventually I kept going to see doctors every week. They gave me these tablets, paparolone, where it reduces your heart rate so you're not panicking in case it increases. And it helps with anxiety and so on, apparently. And I was on medications, and then eventually I saw a cognitive therapist, psychologist. I got myself booked in and I attended. I wasn't too sure that it would help me, you know, because it was new to me and I thought, how can they, you know, talk to me about this and fix me up? But lo and behold, they did. They were, you know, amazing people. And the lady that was, you know, helping me out with this therapy, she just explained things in basic terms and it made sense. And I finished the therapy and I was still having panic attacks, but it wasn't as intense. I was more knowledgeable this time around when it happened. And I was still, you know, nervous and I was having panic attack and I still wanted to be around family and friends in case I have one, because I was still thinking that I might die and I'll have water next to me. I'll have all these safety triggers that eventually I had to get rid of in order to overcome this. And overcome this, I did. Eventually, there came a point after a year or two that I accepted it. And I started to think differently and, you know, played reverse psychology with my mind that, you know, bring it on. I started to talk to myself. Bring on the panic attacks. Come on, bring it on. I miss it. Give me a good one. And as I did that, they never came again. The panic attacks never came because I didn't mind it now. I understood it. And no one's died from it. You know, it's not going to kill you. It's just a heightened sensation of fear and emotions in your body because of whatever triggers. It's our Neanderthal head behind us that's, you know, on alert, and sometimes it triggers. But in this day and age, no one's hunting us. We're not hunting anyone. So it's, you know, overreactive. And I knew that, you know, I knew how to manage it. I knew why it's happening. And life became good after that, my friends. Since then, I've never had any panic attacks. Maybe on one or two occasions, I had the symptoms or the heightened feeling that something's about to come, but I knew it and I welcomed it and it never came. So I hope that if you're going through this or if you've had this, you may resonate, you may understand. But if you are going through this and, you know, you're going through struggles with this, believe me, you'll be all right. Just, you know, get some therapy, understand it and face it, and you'll be okay. You'll be able to manage it and it may never even come again. So that's how I managed it, my friends. Leave me a comment. Let me know if you guys have had it, if you've managed it. Some of you may never have it. Some of you may have it later in your life. But it's a horrible thing. It's very, you know, it's fearful, it's scary. It's this, you know, a mixture of horrible feelings and sensations that, you know, I wouldn't recommend. But if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. And it seems like life is throwing stuff at me and I'm overcoming it, which is fantastic. Life is good, friends. Leave me a comment. Let me know if you guys resonate. And I managed to do it, you know. If you're going through it, stay strong. It's, it's manageable once you understand it. Use the same mindset as I did, and you'll be fine. 1 in 3 people will suffer from panic disorder. A lot of people here in the UK and all over the world have, mental health issues. So the more we're aware of it, the more we can manage it. And, there's no shame in this. As a man, just because we have to be masculine and hide our emotions. You see, a panic attack got me on my knees as I was doing pull-ups, 10, 20, 30 pull-ups. So it does not matter how big or strong you are. Life is fragile. Life can slap you and knock you down. So be humble, friends. And hopefully this video has helped some of you guys. And I feel good that I've shared this story.